Hi, and welcome to the Perham Show. Thanks so much for joining us today. Today we have Chuck Johnson, and he is the Economic Development Director here in the city of Perham.
Morning.
We're so glad to have you.
Thank you.
It's wonderful because we always love an update. Don't we always want to know what's going on around town, right? And you're always the man in the know.
Well, I know some things.
All right. Well, I'm excited to know exactly what's going on with that interchange out by the hospital.
Everybody knows there's lots of dirt being moved out there. I was out there looking at that yesterday, and there's just so many big dirt moving trucks. It's really moving at a fast pace. That started about a week ago. It's heavy into construction right now. The construction phase will be done by the end of September. So there's a
really
yeah, it's actually going to move very quick. Yeah, the detour that's in place will probably last the full duration of that, so you'll have to be patient with that. That's including, there's two aspects to that. One is the widening of County Highway 34 from the interchange location down to Main Street.
Okay.
And secondly, the installation of the interchange itself,
right,
so that whether you're traveling east or west on Highway 10, you'll be able to get on and off that interchange.
That is going to be so nice. And won't that be nice for the people that live out in the lakes area?
Yes.
Be able to...
Coney Street, the city expanded Coney Street, I think 4 years ago, and that already changed traffic patterns because those people that were coming from Paul Lake, Little Mac,
right,
and want to get to the schools, those types of things are using Coney Street. This will really have a big impact on traffic patterns. Those same people, those same lake people are going to be able to get onto 34 right from 10. A lot of the semis that go to the Barrel of Fun and the Kenny's Candies and those people will be able to
get
use
off
that
there
too. So
that will help with truck traffic, that's for sure.
It's very complicated. The financing for that is sort of interesting. There's 7 different parties that came together to create the financing package for that.
Really?
MnDOT's involved, the state of Minnesota's involved, city of Perham, Otter Tail County is a big player in that, Perham Health is a player in that. They made a contribution to that, KLN made a major contribution to that. And I think the 7th party would be the state of Minnesota is involved in that. So there's lots of people that came together to make that happen.
I'm sure that was quite interesting to put that together. But we're appreciative for that. That's for sure. I know that's going to help everybody all the way around.
And the second big project that's underway this summer is the expansion of the sewage treatment plant. And it looks like right now, it looks like expansion's underway, but it hasn't actually begun yet. Okay. What's happening is that the expansion is going to include the construction of a great big 20-acre pond there in the sewage treatment plant.
Right.
And the dirt from that is being harvested for part of the interchange project. So
that's a win-win.
That's a win-win.
Yeah.
The distance is close.
Sure.
And the interchange of the dirt makes sense. So even though it looks like work is underway at the sewage treatment, it's not
really for the interchange.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that makes sense.
And we're still, the city manager, Kelsey Clem, is still working with the federal EDA for the funding on that. The sewage treatment plant costs $4.8 million. We've got a grant from the feds for half of that, $2.4 million. And Kelsey's in the process of getting all the paperwork done for that. And once that is okayed by the feds, then work on the sewage treatment will begin.
Okay.
The first thing that will take place there will be the replacement of all the aeration equipment that's there today. And we're going to get that done as quickly as possible so that hopefully the smell problem that we had this spring won't occur next spring.
Yay! Okay.
And let's go back to the interchange project real quick. Also wrapped up into that is creation of a bike path.
Okay.
And part of that path is going to run down 2nd Street, started by St. Henry School. It'll touch 34. When 34 is being expanded today, part of that will include creating a bike path in the ditch. And that bike path will run out to Coney Street.
Okay.
And then that bike path will go down Coney Street. And that's called Wildflower Trail. And the reason it's called Wildflower Trail is that the County 34 leg of that and the Coney Street leg of that will have wildflowers and prairie grasses.
Oh, that's nice. Do you have a map for that?
And we have a map for that. The map shows that there's 2 existing trails in Perham today. There's the blue that you see on the map is the Arvig Park trails, and the orange that you see on the map is the Cal Miller route.
Sure.
The pink is the new area. And you can see where it runs down 2nd Street, touches 34, and runs down Coney Street. Another aspect to that is that you see that pink blob there. That's where the new hospital is located.
Okay.
And you can see the green loop that runs there. That green loop is what's called the Wellness Trail.
Okay.
And that runs around the hospital. That's a walking path. That's part of the same project. And that will also have plantings of wildflowers and wild grasses.
Oh,
So
that'll
it's
be
all
so
interconnected.
nice. That's nice, Chuck. That's great. Well, thanks for coming today and giving everybody in the community an update on what's going on. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
And we'll be right back. Hi, and welcome back. I'm here now with Fred Saylor, who is the Activities Director for the Perham School District. Thanks for coming, Fred.
I'm very happy to be here.
Well, I know it's August, and it isn't time for school yet, but I bet you anything there are things going on.
We're getting going right now. All the paperwork is ready, and we're expecting to have our parent information night on the Thursday the 9th.
Okay.
And that'll be 5 o'clock at the high school cafeteria. And that's when we get an opportunity to meet with parents and students. And so we'll talk about some of our policies and how we go about doing our work and when the activities begin. Most of our varsity programs begin the following Monday on the 13th. And that schedule is out in the local mediums around town.
Okay.
But one of the things we're doing this year that's we started last year, but we're really going to pick it up now, is something called impact testing.
All right.
And the Minnesota State High School League has had an initiative to deal with concussions. With all the information out there with concussions involved in athletics, the High School League has asked all of their member schools to get on top of this. And we've got something really neat going on with Perham Health. And it's called Impact, and it's what it is. It's a baseline test for how our brain functions. It's computerized, so we're asking our 7th, 9th, and 11th graders to come in with their parents on the 9th, and we're going to have computer labs set up, and the kids will go in there and they'll go through a series of activities and react as quickly as they can. Mm-hmm. If, in fact, then a concussion or some sort of trauma happens regarding the brain and the kids are either dizzy or knocked out or memory is an issue or things like that.
Do you have a baseline?
We have a baseline.
Right.
So those students then must, of course, leave participation. They must be checked out to a doctor, from a doctor before they return. Mm-hmm. And what the doctor will use then is that baseline.
Right.
And once the student can match or exceed the speed and the accuracy with which they did the baseline,
the first time, mm-hmm.
they can come back. They're ready to go. So it was just wonderful, and a lot of parents might say, well, gee, if the activity is that dangerous, why are our kids participating? I just like to have people know that last year we had more concussions in volleyball than we did football.
Really?
We had
because my granddaughter plays volleyball.
Well, and it isn't necessarily the nature of the sport. But let's say, in fact, we had one student that slipped and fell. It wasn't even involved in the activity. But we had that baseline.
Sure.
And we can go back, and the girl was held out for a period of time until she could meet or exceed.
Okay.
I'm thinking parents should be concerned about what if their kids fall on the bike. If they've had a baseline, it helps them. What if they're in a car accident? Heaven forbid. But still, you have that baseline. So it isn't necessarily sport related. Sure. I think it's just the health of the child.
Okay.
So we're really excited. We're very happy that Perham Health is a willing member of that. They do all of our sports training for us at no cost. And then, of course, we have just that fabulous referral system into if there is need for a surgery of some sort, then we've got that referral piece. So Perham Health has just been a wonderful partner for us in regard to that. So we have the impact. We've got the sports information piece going on with parents on the 9th. And again, that information will be out. One of the things involved in our fine arts program is we have ordered a script for White Christmas.
Oh, that'll be great.
That will be our musical this year.
Is that in December?
It is. We've changed the format. We're going to go over 2 weekends. Okay. And we're going to involve our community. We're talking about downtown retailers. We're going to have them dress in the period time. So 1945 to 55, we're going to tie that in and say, people come to Perham and have a real White Christmas. Oh,
well, I can tell you that once we get a little bit closer to that, I want to have you back and you can talk to us about it.
We'll do that. Be happy to.
Great. Thanks, Fred, for joining me today.
You're welcome.
And if you have something that you'd like to see on the Perham Show, just give me a call, Gail Langner. My number is 218-841-2094. Thanks and have a great day.